I'm like with all of you people in the chat watching, and maybe all of us here speaking, who take these rejections really personally. It's really hard for me. And especially when it's something specific, a school that you visited that you care about. Maybe you have friends who go there. Maybe your parents went. Maybe it's your dream school since you were a kid, whatever, and you get rejected. It feels personal. For me, being a musician, not getting in, it's, are they telling me that I suck at music, the thing that I've devoted literally my entire life to pursuing? And it can be really hard to hear it. Like Hale said, it's not. It's really not. It's just maybe not the right time, not the right place. Maybe someone else was a better fit for whatever reason. Could have been arbitrary, could have been just some random thing that was in your app that rubbed someone the wrong way, whatever. Do schools really reject students because they don't think the student is a good fit as a person? Yes, absolutely they do that. Of course they do that. Because school admissions officers are really interested in accepting students who are going to excel and take full advantage of the opportunities and resources available to them at the particular school. So if they think that your values don't align, if they think that maybe you're not academically driven in a way that's going to be suitable for you to succeed at that school, if they feel that you're not the kind of student who is going to take full advantage of their opportunities and resources, whatever it may be, then yeah, that may play a role in your decision making. It's not any of your doing. Obviously, don't try to make yourself out as a intellectually curious go-getter in your applications if you can. I don't know. Shane, add on. What am I missing? Oh, sorry. Hale's trying to add on. No? Shane first, then Hale.
Shane.
Yeah, no, like they assess your application on whether they think you are like they're trying to see like where you would fit into their class, and if they like see you as, if they have a place of you in mind in terms of the cog of the overall machine, and they also want to make sure that you like your values fit the values that they associate with their student body and stuff like that. And sometimes it can be like, I don't know, like very small things or like seemingly arbitrary. But yeah, that's basically what they do.
Hale, did you have something you needed to add?
Yeah, the thing is, like, people get rejected for all sorts of reasons. Fit is one of them. And if hypothetically you were rejected based on fit, which is not something that you can ever really know, but if you were to be rejected based on fit, the admissions officer's probably right. If you're not going to be a fit for that school, you're not going to be happy there. You're not going to have enjoyed your college experience. You're not going to have gotten out of the college experience what you could have at a place where you were the right fit. And they are not an authority on you and what you're like, but they know the school better than anybody else because they are really intimately involved with making it the way that it is. So they have something to contribute based on knowing that aspect of it. And you want to end up somewhere, it's in your best interest to go somewhere where you do fit because you will be able to take advantage of the resources there. You'll be able to enjoy the time that you have and really build the connections and relationships that are going to be valuable to you.
Yeah, I want to add on because at one point in my life, I was in fact in high school, even if it was a really long time ago. And I do remember it, in fact. And I remember thinking that college was the be all end all. I remember thinking if I could just get into that one program, University of Michigan, and go study with cello with Richard Aaron, that I was going to be set. My career was just going to go like this, and everything was going to be great for me. And in retrospect, that is a great program, and they have amazing cellists at the University of Michigan. It's one of the best cello programs in the world. But it's really, college is not the be all end all. And in fact, just getting into a good college doesn't mean that everything is set for you. And not getting into one doesn't mean that everything's not good for you, obviously. In college, you still have to do well. And it's easier to do if you're enjoying your time. If you're really thriving there, it'll be easier to do well. And that's important if you want to have a good enough GPA to get into grad school or have meaningful enough extracurricular research experiences to pursue a certain career or whatever. Kay was saying exactly, it's not just about getting into and going to the most selective school you can. It's about getting into and going to schools where you're going to excel and where you're going to thrive. And a lot of that is based on fit and how much you're going to enjoy your time there. So take those things seriously. Priya, can schools reject people on a whim?
That's a great question. I think this is why, like, in applications, we stress, like, always proofread your work, always make sure you don't accidentally write the wrong school name in your essay.
Happens.
Or ways that you can be rejected on a whim because someone's going to look at that and think that you didn't take the time, even though that might not be the case. So in terms of that, it can be super arbitrary. There's a really famous psychology study where like the likelihood of a judge granting someone parole like correlated with their blood sugar. So like literally just depended on if they had eaten recently or not, how like good they felt. And so if your admissions officer is just having a bad day, if they're having a rough week, like something in your application triggers some childhood memory of something that they don't like or something like that, like you have no control. And people, like admissions officers are humans and they all have biases, and it's unfortunate, but that's just how it is sometimes. It's just how the cookie crumbles.